peaceful night here. It's November 1991. That means it's going to be December soon, which means we're going to spend some money. I actually have a lot of money now. We're very comfortable now. Profits have been great. Let me show you this. So we have the waveform tool's not even released yet, right? And we have 109,000 people using Pixel Forge. It pays to be first, doesn't it? Sure does. And we just jumped up a couple more million here, which is nice. We've got a bunch of people going through wanting raises and stuff. I think I'll just go ahead and accept all of those. That's fine. And we're going to pause it really quick here. We're going to spend some time building. I know some of you guys aren't necessarily the biggest fan of building, as some of you have made that known, but like that's a major part of the game, and building a company also requires building an infrastructure and a physical location here that your people can be comfortable in. And we're going to start looking at comfort now that we have a good supply of revenue. I want to do this a little bit better. So at the end of the last video, we talked about how the big fridges are only for kitchen staff, and that's very annoying. I've added all these mini fridges around, and that's cool, I guess, but I don't like the way that is. We're gonna keep them because they have, their utility. And then also on all these floors, we've got these vending machines, and that's fine for people who want a quick snack and get back to work. But what about people who want a bit more than that? They want a full meal. They want to be able to sit down and do this, right? And you can see that everything's very messy here. We do have cleaning staff on their way in there, so it should be okay. Well, I've decided that the third floor, which you can't see very well, so I'll just make it bigger. I've decided that the third floor is going to be a floor that serves that purpose. We're going to turn this into our kitchen canteen area, big cafeteria. I want to be able to support, let's say, 100 people pretty comfortably with a good aesthetic. I want to make this floor really, really great that way. And so the fourth floor, we can get back to business. But third floor, kind of just above the window line here, just above the atrium, we're going to have cafeteria time, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of planning that way. If that's not your cup of tea, I totally understand. We can, I'll see you in the next video, right? But today we're mostly focusing on that stuff because we're very profitable at this point. And I don't necessarily need to focus on my products as much, at least not right now. Obviously, last video talked about the grand plan, and that is we're going to get back to that. But for right now, I want to start adding benefits to my employees. Now that we're able to support it and we're able to afford it, I want to add benefits. I have over 5 million in sales yesterday alone, so I can afford to do this. And there's no better time to start making big renovations to your building than December, right? So let's go ahead and take a second and do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to build mode. I'm going to make it daytime so we can have like a nice bright look to things. And we're going to take a look at what we've got going right now. And then also, it's this floor, what we got going right now and how we're going to improve it, okay? I think the best way to go about this at the moment is to probably add a fourth floor so that I can move all these utilities up. I think that's probably got to happen. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to take all of these. No, we're not. We're going to, well, the thing is, I can't actually make the fourth floor until they're out of my way, right? So that's the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these things out of my way. Let's take this and go like that for a second. Gives us our base, our centerpiece for that whole thing, right? And we'll just start by making that server room for now, just has the same exterior. Okay. Actually, wait a minute. Now that it's not lining up. If I hit this, it doesn't seem to change it. I just want to see if there's anything I can do to get this outside to match. It doesn't look like it. It's just going to be that way. Yeah, and there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll have that. Then I guess I have to go in and just take all of the solar panels and put them in storage, right? So I guess we'll go ahead and do this and this. Yep, in inventory. There it is. So they're out of the way. We'll go ahead and put these lights in there too because they are not going to be used in this location any longer. So just kind of getting everything out of the way, right? I might even remove that door, but we'll see. So what I want to do, and we'll probably do a slightly bigger utility closet here too. I'm going to get ready, probably use heat pumps very soon here. I honestly, I think we're switching to heat pump now because I have adequate amounts of money to have a full complement of solar on this quadrant, I guess, of the building, and that will offset our energy costs. The thing is, gas is so damn cheap in this game, though. I mean, it is costing me like $2,000 a month to heat the entire building. This may change now that I'm adding another floor, so it's possible that that's actually inadequate, and I just don't know it yet. So I think we will switch, but yeah, I'm going to sell the gas. We're going to switch it. Okay, so since we're switching that, we're not going to have a lot of problems with air quality and all that stuff, so we'll just make sure that everything in this room, yeah, all these two things too, just make sure they're all in inventory ready to use later. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that really quickly. We'll go ahead and just decimate that. And then this whole thing, okay, this whole thing, we're going to just take and copy the elevator room first. I think we do that. Copy the elevator room. Bring that up to the next floor. There we are. Yep. Okay. And then from here, we take this room, and I think we're going to have a problem with the curve. I do, but we'll test it out and see. Clone this room, bring it up, and drop it into position, which should be here. But I just don't have a lot of confidence that that's going to copy correctly, but let's find out. Okay, seems good, actually. It even lined up the... Wow, okay. Actually, now that I've copied this, I copied the elevator, that lined up the bricks too. Huh. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we have got all of this. Now we can go ahead and put the solar back in here, but the solar is going to go in first and then the utilities next. So I'm going to take the utility here. We have a whole bunch of solar panels. We're at 98 solar panels. We're actually going to have even more than that later, but it's fine. And then we're just going to go in, and I kind of need to place these one at a time, unfortunately. Am I going this way or the other way? I think I'm going to go back the other way. Honestly, okay, so let's be a little more realistic with this, right? So that's north. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west. You want let's say we're in North America, right? So we want the solar facing south. If we're being super realistic here, we want the solar facing south, right? In a perfect world, we'd have articulating solar panels, but we don't even have the ability to connect them with a conduit and then pop it into a central. We have these stupid boxes in here, okay? So we have to just work with that anyway. So we're gonna take and duplicate, and then I'm gonna place all of these things facing south now, and I'll be right back. I'm now buying them, so I've placed as many as I had before. That's a pretty big set of solar panels, and ideally you wouldn't even do it this way. So this way is also like they're too close together. It's not a big deal when it comes to their generation, but you would want them separated a little bit more than this, at least by rows and stuff. And especially on the outside of the building, you'd want to leave a space here for serviceability, being able to come up here and actually service them and clean them and whatever. You'd want to leave gaps for your utility workers to get up there. Otherwise, like, how are they going to maneuver and actually work on them, right? Let's do that. Complete the building. We want to make sure I consistently do this because I feel like I have to every time. We're going to do that right there just to make sure that the curve doesn't mess up. And it seems like by doing a wall here and making sure there's a pivot point right there where this already meets, that it doesn't affect this when I make the curve is what it looks like it's doing. So I like that. It looks like it's good. So the heat pump actually goes on an external wall, right? So I don't technically need anything special. I just need exterior space. So what I'm going to do is grab the utility right here, and I can grab the heat pump here. 15 kilowatts of electricity, up to $2,160 a month running costs, compared to this, which has about $1,200 a month running cost. And honestly, the cost to ongoingly run this thing is extremely low. But I'm hoping that the solar panels completely offset the heat pump and then some. I don't think it does, though. The way they model electricity in our save, everything costs more, right? The electricity all costs more. Regardless, we're going to place one there. We're going to see if the game is okay with that just being the only one. I really dislike how it just hangs off the edge of the building, though. It looks so, ugh. I really don't like that. So this is another one of the reasons why I was going with gas, because it doesn't hang out the external side of the building. I'm okay with something if it heads on the top. Like the roof is fine, but like the outside, I was really hoping to keep that kind of clean, but It is what it is. We've got that. It's fine. And then over here, we need the rooftop AC unit. These things are going to go like so. Just trying to get it to be in the right spot here. Okay, so it doesn't look like it wants to cooperate in that way. So I basically have to put it here and here. And it won't let me put it there either. So it's going to have to go even further back in here for now. We're not using this floor yet, so everything kind of just gets moved. I'm noticing some people get off their bike and then they'll come through this door and then they'll walk all the way over here to take a shower here. I just rather them just hit these. So I'm getting rid of these. All the showers will be over by the bikes. So there's 4 there, and I'm going to actually grab and add 2 windows there, and we probably will put a window right here as well. Had a lot of comments related to like not a lot of windows in this place, and like the building's design is not done. So like I didn't want to really meticulously place a bunch of windows and make them look all good if I'm just going to be tearing things down anyway. But as I start getting the building finalized-ish, I can start to see where the windows can go, and then I'm starting to add more. So there'll be plenty of windows in the building, okay? It's just like not super critical that I have them right this minute, all right? Let's talk about the 3rd floor. 4th floor's done. I've added a bunch of solar. It's done. And so let's take a look at the 3rd floor. So this is my cafeteria, all right? People are going to come here and eat. First thing I'm going to do is decide where the kitchen's going to be. There's not much of a decision there. The kitchen's going to be right here in the front. So I'm going to take and grab this door, and we're going to have it be facing that way, right? Like that. Yep. And this is going to be labeled as kitchen. All right. Now, I don't exactly know how big my kitchen needs to be, but the game tells me that 1 fridge is good for 50 people, right? I think that's what it said. That's what I was going based on employee capacity before anyway. So kitchen, fridge, capacity, 50. I don't know if that means 50 employees or if it's just like 50 units of food or something. I don't know. But we're going to place that here. And maybe another one here. I might also put it along the back wall instead. Either way, we're going to have 2 of them. And so what I want now in this area is capacity for at least 100 people to eat. Okay? So first thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take all the stuff out of the break room, and we're just going to plop that right into storage. We're not going to have this break room here anyway. So this is all going to go to storage. This gets deleted. And then the same thing, I think, for this side. I haven't decided yet because the stairs can't move. Stairs have to stay here. So it's going to be a little bit of an obstruction, but I do like the idea of all of this kind of being taken out here. So I'm going to go in, I think, and do the same thing here. We're just going to take, I got to be careful I don't highlight things I don't want to highlight though. It's only isolating to things to this floor, right? Yeah, and there's people eating there right now. They're not going to be happy with me. Maybe I let time go by just a little bit here. Just kind of get them out of there. There we go. And then we'll go in and once again do this. I can't move the camera at the same time, can I? Good enough. Good enough. Pop those things in inventory too. So there's a bit of a mess here. We'll get that cleaned up too. All right. So what I want to do for this area is I want to eliminate, for now, these walls. And I got to watch the exterior because when I delete these walls, man, sometimes this is what happens. So I'm going to go like this. That opens that up, and I'm going to do this. Oh, it did it again. You see that? And then when you undo, it stays. So this is why I reload saves, because if you undo, it doesn't matter. It will still mess it up. And it just looks horrible when that happens. And there's nothing I can do about it other than reload save. So before bringing you back in for the cut, I made another save. And I'm going to have to do the same thing here now as well, because undo does not undo this nonsense. Okay, so managed to get it to where everything is good. We got this open, but we need to keep this wall here, and we're going to make these bathrooms. So to do that really quick, let's come downstairs where I've removed the showers. Talked about that already. Let's grab this bathroom, clone it, bring it upstairs. So the arrow faces away from us when we place it, right? So we want to rotate. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. Over here, 4, 5, 6. Let's double check the outside, make sure we're good. Looks like it's fine on that side. And looks like it's fine on that side too. Okay, good. And there's no need for windows and stuff here, but we get to preserve our windows going up the side of the building here as much as possible. There we go. On the 4th floor, I missed the 4th floor when I redid it, I guess. I got all these though. I didn't get this one. Here we go. Yep. Heat pump still there. Windows go out the side of the building there. All my lights were repositioned and spread out kind of evenly so that the windows could be that way. All right. Seems pretty good all so far. So what we want to do now, this is going to be an adventure. We're going to remove this. I think, yeah, this one. And just double checking this side. Somehow this side is fine without that wall. I think it's because I started here and everything was fine here, and then I just copied. All right, maybe that's why. I don't really know why. This side's fine. No, it's not. It's not fine. Not fine. I can probably make this fine though. I've already saved it, right? So let's see if we can fix this. This sucks. I hate having to do this. So 8 spaces, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Right by basically where the window is. We're gonna make a room here, and we're gonna go like this. I guess is fine. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna delete this if it'll let me. Right, because of supports. Curious. Can't go in that way, but can I delete it now? Because the upper floor could support, I think, a little bit outwards, right? I don't think it has to be all the way underneath, but it might. Yeah, it's gonna let me do that. Okay, so because this is possible, right? I knew this was possible. Okay, so now we're going to want to redo this. So oh, right. The whole freaking thing has to be redone, though. Because I have to redo the whole curve. Otherwise, it won't matter. I think it's sticking out. It is. How is that happening? I think every single floor is messed up. Over here. And that's how it's all snapping. So I think what's happening over here is if I remove this wall, it snaps and then lines up. So we have the opposite problem over here. This over here requires the wall to be totally straight. And then this side over here, we need to remove the wall on that spot, right? It's this spot. We have to remove it. This one's fine, but the spot that we curve it from has to be removed so that it gets kicked in and goes slanted. Okay, I mean, hey, as long as they're both the same, right? I mean, we just got to keep the same thing going on for both of them, all right? So there's 8, and then like that, up, like that. Complete the room, okay? And then, right, if I do the same thing I do in the front, you can already kind of see that it's overlapping a little bit. Like this is straight, but it's, yeah, see, this is not flush. You can kind of see it right there, right? It's not flush. And on the curve, we do that, it's not flush. It's over, like you can see the shadow even from the light, right? This isn't straight. But if I then remove this wall, watch it snap in place right here. See right here how it's like, there's like a shadow right here. It's over top, right? This is slightly out, slightly overlapping. I get rid of this wall and it locks it right into place. Okay. All right. So we have the opposite problem on the side. Solve the problem. As long as it's flush, happy, I guess. All right. Having placed everything, it's now telling me that my temperature regulation unit is overburdened, which of course means we need another one of these. Yes, indeed. So we're going to place another one of these on the wall, right next to it there. Now the temperature regulation unit isn't overburdened anymore. We have 2 of these heat pumps. I thought about putting them on top of each other, but you know what? Whatever. They're over there now. That's fine. I might even move them over into this area just to kind of equalize. You know what? Let's freaking equalize it. You know, just, it doesn't have to be in the utility room, right? It can just be anywhere. It's on the wall. So we'll say that it's what? It's about halfway. That's fine. Come on over here to this side of the building, and we'll go. It won't let me place it. Right there. Right there. All right, look, now we have 2. All right, at least it's equal. All right, everything can be fine now. Nobody has to complain. Okay, so kitchen's in here. We need lights, of course. And I kind of want, I guess, the good ones for the atmosphere of it all. So we can just place that one right there, I suppose. Obviously, this area needs to be very fire safe. So let's see how that works. We're going to go kitchen. We're going to go, like, everything, please. Yep, stove. So I think the counter first, and we could maybe even have them cooking kind of over in this area with the stove being right like this, but I can't place that in there. Are you joking me? It's like the intended function. Okay, we can do that. All right, that makes more sense. All right, now I want to have nice cabinets and stuff because it helps the mood. So like cabinets help mood, right? And I don't know if my staff in the kitchen really necessarily care, but we're going to make this work. So I'm going to put the sink over here. I want a counter here and here. Okay. And then I want a corner to go, I guess it'd be, well, it'd be here, right? Yeah. Go like that with another sink, I guess, here, but sink doesn't really help the mood at all. I guess neither do these. I just want lots of space for them to be able to cook in is what I'm thinking. So we placed another corner piece there. And then I'm thinking 2 stoves. Although, again, I'm not sure if that matters. But I'm going to have a lot of employees. So, 100 people. So I need like 2 stoves, I guess. I'm going to play this off as if the 1 stove to 1 fridge ratio and see if that matters. For this is just for washing their hands and doing dishes. I'm going to leave that alone. And then to help the mood, right, we want to have lots of like cabinet stuff. So we're going to say that cabinets go like this and like this. Okay. Nothing above the stove. And then we have the sprinkler, of course, which will be right above the stove. In case something happens, everything in this area gets wet. I like it. I'm actually thinking of moving the door now. So what I wanted to have happen here is these long wide windows. I wanted these to exist kind of like this. And then we'd have somebody walking through, right? So I'm thinking probably I'm thinking the door is now here. I give more room for cooking on this side, but yeah, let's try it this way for now. Yeah, so we'll go like that with the window, and we'll go like this with the window, okay? So you can see inside the kitchen. People can see them doing things, working on things, right? They're cooking right here. Oh, also, I was told about, like, again, dragging the windows to extend them and all that stuff, and thinking that I won't get these creases. That's not true for the corners. So I'll just show you one. If I do this, if I take this and go like that, I can't drag it. It won't allow me to drag this. I'm dragging the mouse right now. You can do this one. Again, I can do it like a little bit of it. I can get it just a little bit bigger. But on this curve, I've got to have it like this on this curve. There's no other way to do it to have them all like nice and flush. So that curve, this crease I would love to remove, but it's a necessary thing for my design. So it's there. Okay, so kitchen's done-ish, I think. There's a cabinet outer corner. Ooh, I kind of like that too. What about doing, I'm curious on what this looks like. Can I get it to, yeah. What does that look like? Is that a good thing? Do we like this? I'm wondering if that is, there's a corner cabinet here too. So maybe we go like this instead and then give them the cabinet corner like that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is like a little off color, something that's different than the rest of the building, right? It's kind of pink. I don't know if I'm interested in the pink so much though. Maybe a bit more. Oops, that's the exterior. We don't want that. Undo. That's fine. I can just do this. Yeah. And then we'll go in here and then the interior. And I'm thinking maybe, yeah, you know what? More like a beige-ish kind of thing like this. This could be okay. I think maybe these chairs, I also have added some furniture mods that have added new things for me to use. I just have to wait till 2000 to have most of them. So like there's these modern chairs that actually add skill, which I think is a bit unbalanced. The fact that the chair is going to add skill is weird. I probably won't use them in any room where people are working, but they look cool. So I might use them in the cafeteria area. But I don't think it's balanced, and I'm not going to use it for that purpose. But these dining chairs are probably okay. And I'm looking for a specific aesthetic, right? So let's see if we can make this a little better. Do we want white tables in here? That's probably good. Oh, the floor. We could probably check out the floor too. And, you know, this hardwood kind of thing really makes it nice and bright. You know, I kind of want to brighten this place up with the flooring. This is definitely going to be our kitchen flooring eventually. Do we go with kind of like this older wood look, but I need to be a bit more. It's a cafeteria area though, right? So maybe we are going to do something along these lines with the tiling. Let's apply that. That seems okay. Now, if we're going to brighten the floors, then we probably should darken the tables a little bit. And maybe we will stick with the wood look. Maybe. Or we can darken it a little bit, go with like a cherry-ish color. Let's see what that would look like if we kind of went like a little darker with it. Yeah, you know? Just like a little bit more reddish, like a cherry. I like that. You know, we can rock with that instead. And then for the chair... wood, maybe not. This one's got some arms, which is nice. Then there's, of course, that little modern chair we were talking about earlier, that look of it anyway. It just doesn't look very comfortable. This almost looks, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look very comfortable. This is okay. I think this is maybe too much with the arms like this. So I think we will rock with the initial design. But I want to change the color of them. And I think maybe we just go with like a white color. It doesn't look, I want contrast. Maybe dark. Dark chairs? Oh, we could do that. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's have this be a thing. So we're going to copy this. All right, and then what I want to do is, of course, copy this to every single spot on this. So we're going to have like these surrounded things. I don't know if we'll do this with every table. It kind of depends on how we spread things out. I think that's more than enough for people to be able to eat in this cafeteria area. We're not obstructing the stairs. People can come in and out through the stairs. This is a very high traffic area, so I'm kind of trying to make sure people aren't eating here. That's cool. It's kind of like they don't have to be perfectly lined up or anything sort of thing, right? We can move you over, though. Just a little bit more. Yeah, we don't even have to place them on the grid. Tons of space. So much room for people to move around. Now we can decorate. Once I have the serving trays out. Do I need serving trays for these tables? I don't believe I do, actually. Because these tables each do... Is it better to do the wooden tables or this one? So these ones are each 21. So this is over 100 people anyway. Each of these are 11, and they're this big. So, oh yeah, I think the serving tables are better here. We're going to go ahead and do that. Lots and lots of images are going to be on this place. Loads of artwork. We can also put another one in the kitchen area because they're going to want the founder in there with them. All right, we've got people working. Gotta make sure he's watching. Now, this is not watching. This is not watching. This is watching. All right, this is going to be nature. I think we'll duplicate it and put it there. We'll have something nature related here, I guess. Maybe something food related. Yeah, right here, like a rice bowl. Ooh, this little fruit bowl here. Yeah, this is a basket that I bought in Bentham Market. It's in District 1, or it's also kind of referred to as Saigon. It's in the center of Ho Chi Minh City, or center of commerce, I guess, touristy area of Ho Chi Minh City. And then there's a variety of different fruits and stuff that go with that. But this is basically like just a big old boat with a person rowing. It's kind of a wireframe sort of made with plastic, metal, kind of combination of different parts and stuff there. So we'll change this one to be, that's an upside down photo I still haven't fixed yet. Yeah. Let's give my doggo. It's a little picture of my puppers. My doggo. This is, I don't know, she's like 4 here. She's And she's in her golden years now. Oh man, she's so old now. She's 12 now. Ugh. It's happening, dude. I'm nervous about it. I'm really like, it's that time. And I'm just like, oh man, she's old now. And that means like sadness is coming, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's put this over here. I actually kind of want that away from people. Put this over here instead. So many things to do here with just adding pictures, landscapes, etc. Just making the place look really nice. So I'll go in and do all of these things. It doesn't really matter which photos we choose. But I've also added, in addition to having that extra mod, which anytime I've introduced a new mod, I'll put the links in the description for that. But my main mod list is going to be constantly updated on episode 1. So if you want like all of the mods we use in this entire series, episode 1 will have them as I add them when I'm recording. Okay. So new types of plants. Majesty palm, right? New types of plants. Always very good to have these. And I'm going to go like here and then another one kind of over here. Maybe we'll get some rotation on it so it looks a little different, right? That looks pretty good. I like these things. These ones here are interesting. You can just kind of get that one maybe in the corner somewhere. That's already a flower on this wall. Maybe my old campus photo can go there. Okay, so I'm going to do that. We're going to decorate the place, kind of see what I'm on about here, and I'll be right back. Oh, also what you guys can see is I'm also like going to decorate the floors and stuff too. So I've chosen this pattern at the moment. I might change the color scheme, but I thought it was fairly neutral and it kind of matched the rest of the room. So I went with this one. It seems okay. And then they have different designs and stuff for them too. So like on the corners, for example, I can place this here and then we can take a look at the style. And I might be able to, for example, do something like this. And adjust the colors as well so that this is black and then this is in. It's like I could do that too, right? So I can come over here and we have the different color palettes and then I can choose the styles. And so I have this one, right? Is the style for that. But if I want this to be instead like the tertiary color, I can go like that. And then because I have the different color palettes available to me, and then so the primary would then be this one, right? And so now I have corners that go around. For this side, it's a little bit weird because it's well, I kind of wanted it to continue this way. So that's why I was doing it this way, but it may not work as well. So like I can come over and grab my corner and just kind of do something like that. And then I can copy it. Whoops, not copy. I can copy it here and then flip it the other way. Nope. Yeah, like this way. Right. And then we can go the same way. Again, nope. Kind of hard to tell which way to go here. There it goes. So now we have the tables kind of surrounded by this. I think that's kind of cool. So the room has really bad acoustics. So I'm adding some strategically placed panels here, trying to get that to match up. There we go. Adding some strategically placed panels, trying to make it look good. For some reason, I can't place it anymore on this wall. I wanted to go underneath the window with it all, but I can't do that. Acoustics in the room now sits at 78. I did have to place a bunch of panels right here, which I thought looked really good in this spot. Man, I wish I could go all the way here. I'm not sure why it doesn't let me. Is it the radiator? I don't think so, because the radiator's not there, but I just want to get it to be right along this way. Maybe it's the stoves? I really don't know. Like all the way across this would have been cool, but it's okay. Let's put this back over here so that at least looks like, it belongs there. Yeah, so 78% acoustics I think is fine. You want to have really nice acoustics for people be able to have conversations, and it helps their social scores and things like that. So this room, this third floor, is all about just giving them what they want. Okay. And I think I've done just that. I changed the color of the rug here just to make it look a little bit better. I mean, a little bit more contrast. I thought it maybe kind of looked the same. And we have lots of plants all over the place. Tried to strategically place some of these plants so that it kind of maybe covered up the look of the acoustic panels a little bit there. I also custom colored the panels so that they were the same color as the beige-ish color of this rug. They're the same color as that, which is basically the same color as the wall. And yeah, so I think it turned out pretty well. This is our really big cafeteria. All right, I think it turned out pretty dang good. So the next thing we're going to want to do, of course, to really complete this is to hire cooks. And we're actually going to want a couple of cooks. We're going to want them to come in at certain various different times. We're going to go with, let's say, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. We have some breakfast for people here. And then maybe we'll have another cook come in for now at like 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then with all of this stuff happening, we're going to want to have additional cleaning capacity as well. So we'll have another cleaner come in from 9 to 1, let's say 10 to 2. Another cleaner from 10 to 2, just to kind of make sure that that whole area doesn't just get completely destroyed by... oh, look, and there's a fire inspection tomorrow. Great. So I've added all these things, and now the fire inspector is going to happen. But look, I'm down to just under $8 million now, so I've spent like $3 million-ish this month. I think that's pretty good as far as, taxes go and stuff. Our tax optimization now is $300,000. We saved 300 grand on taxes. Now the accountants are paying for themselves. Yeah, about time, because this whole time I was thinking, man, I just really wish maybe I shouldn't have gotten my accountants yet. Maybe I should have waited and just sucked it up and, had the downsides of all that, just go with it and just, pay the fees. But yeah, so they're going to enter into here. They're going to grab stuff from the fridge. And they're going to start making food now. So we have a cook now that can go in and actually make food and place it on the serving tables. And they are going to go over and over and over again. This is going to get strobe lighty. So I think what I'm going to do here for this room is just have these lights right here. At least these ones are always on. Now, it's still going to be fairly strobe lighty. But we're going to just start things off with 2 cooks. And they come in at different times. But I probably need 4. Because it looks like, we're going to get things on the serving tables, but I want to see the supply on the serving table grow, not shrink. And when we get to the middle of the day, that's going to happen. Yeah. So I'm thinking that's got to happen now too. They're offering me $10 million. I'm sorry, that's a 9. That's totally a 9. I'm rounding up for no reason at 9.1. $9 million for Pixel Forge IP. Going to reject that again. Pixel Forge is going to be like our bread and butter moving forward. And then, yeah, we're going to accept the printing job too, of course. We have now 85,000 users. Remember how this one, it was like 25 people following us when it was in beta? And I went ahead and released this. I was like, I don't even have a publisher yet. So we have to get a publisher immediately after this, right? That was World of Wizards was going to be a failure. And now, I mean, I've fixed nearly 2,000 bugs. But look, I mean, that's 85,000 users now, right? That's a really good jump here. If I want to increase the tech on it, though, I'd like to have my own tools. I can't use my own tools. So at the moment, World of Wizards is going to be kind of stuck in yesteryear until we get everything else uploaded. But this video's focus was all about all of this stuff, right? It was about getting people to be able to sit down in a cafeteria and eat. And you know what? We got people starting that already, right? And they're going to be sitting a long time because there's an awful lot of slow eaters in this game, in our company, right? Awful lot here. Let's get a couple more cooks. I think I did just one more cook, actually. Just hire this guy, Jaden Jennings. I'm going to have you work like an overnight kind of thing. Like you're going to come in at, let's say 8 and just give us a little bit more food there. And we'll see whether or not that's sufficient or not, right? But the cooks can come in. They can go up the stairs. I added this little window here so people who are sitting here could also see if, who's coming up the stairs, right? They could see that kind of thing too. I think that's great. Now, what I don't like are people using this door and going through the kitchen to get to this. I really don't like that. And that's a shame because there's still no way for me to set like permissions for certain things. That said, there is a modder in the Software Incorporated's Discord. It's the person who created Mindscape. They've added a couple more mods. Okay. I'm really excited to try this out. And for the next video, I'm going to try it out. I haven't gotten to the point where I can do that just yet. But for the next video I record, I'm going to try this out because I'm really excited about this one. But he's got Mindscape. Okay. He's also created Lorescape. And Lorescape is, I'm going to show you here, I guess, if I can. I'm not entirely sure where the description goes, though, because I haven't tried it out yet. But if I go to like World of Wizards, for example, and I go to details. Okay. There is now a way to add a description here. I want to say that is where it goes. Yeah. We can add a product description for this, So I can, or maybe we do one that I actually have something in my head for. So like char engine, for example, right? I can go in and go to details. I can change its description. It's just flavor text is all it is. Char Incorporated's first try at making their own game engine, right? And that's where it will be. Now, I don't know where we actually see these things. I have to go in and do some more research on the mod, but I'm not sure where this is listed. I want to see it. I figured it'd be in the feature section, and it would be like in a text field right here where we just see it. But like this is just a list, right? So I'm not sure where the descriptions go, but we now have the ability to add flavor text to products that we develop. So in through here, if I'm going to make like, I don't know, another game, I can click description and I can add that here. It's just flavor text. It doesn't do anything else. But what it can do is it kind of sets us up for our own ability to create our own universe of games. So that when I create, for example, Eternal Kingdoms later, I can, have it actually listed instead of being in this little notepad where, takes place in the same universe as World of Wizards immediately after tools are available, etc. I can create like a 1-paragraph sort of Steam description, right? You see all the descriptions of games on Steam. I can create that kind of thing and build a sort of lore around our games. I can add descriptions to the add-ons as well of like, what does this add and all the different things that are there. It could be kind of cool to just have that sort of thing, just to do it. It's flavor text, right? It doesn't actually do anything in the game other than, it's for your own benefit. So he's added that too. There's Namescape as well, which doesn't really apply here because it's allowing me to save my own product names and things and move them between saves or whatever. But the next mod, he just built this and I like out of my own request here. And I'm just blown away at how fast that was. He's created another mod called Logoscape. And as I record this right now, he's about to publish it to Steam. So I don't have it available to me yet, but Logoscape. And that is going to allow me to take and go into my company, where I can click the right button here. My company, I'll just go to all companies and find mine, right? I'm going to be able to go in and have my logo right here. Like upload the PNG and put it in the game. That's the thing I wanted to do. And so Char Inc. might get a new logo right here at the start of the next video. And it's all thanks to Yoshi. Thank you, dude. That's super cool. So I'm going to try that out. There's a bit of a step to it, but once that mod is released, I'm going to put it in the link in the description of the next video when I introduce it working. Okay. Sounds very cool to me. Finally able to do that. The developer made it restricted so that people couldn't put like bad images and stuff and for like multiplayer sessions. But the mod that he's built, he's got it to where it's, I believe he's got it to where it's disabled for multiplayer games. I want to say that, but there's no filters on it. You can technically, technically nothing preventing you from putting, bad stuff in your game now with that. But I believe it's disabled for multiplayer. I don't know that. I have to go look at the description right now. But in any case, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you so much. The building is looking pretty good. We got a lot of building stuff done today, and we have so much space inside now to work and expand our teams on the second floor or third floor, depending on where you're from. And also now we have this extra floor up here, which right now just has a couple of break rooms, but it's a lot of solar right now at the moment. Okay. So take it easy. Love your faces. We'll see you for the next video. Goodbye.